Greetings Internet, it's Dustin again with my HomeKit Home. You know, one of the easiest, most cost-effective, and versatile ways to get started with your HomeKit Home is one of these guys, a smart plug. And today we'll be looking at the iHome ISP6X smart plug. If you find today's video useful, please like, share, subscribe. Let's get into it. Now, being one of the most well-known products on the market in terms of smart plugs, I wanted to figure out why the iHome ISP6X was so popular. So I kind of went through some different things and looked at the features. It works on a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. It has an LED indicator for the on and off. It has a physical on-off button. But that's really about it. And so I really set out to try to find what made this plug so special. Let's get into the setup for it first. Now we want to make sure that we choose the right app. iHome has quite a few different apps for their products, but we want the iHome Control app. So first it'll ask us to use our home data, which of course we want it to do, and we also can choose if we would like it to send us notifications. And our first screen here is just letting us know that there has been an update to the app and that it now supports their outdoor plug, which is also HomeKit compatible, as well as some sensors which are not. So from our home screen here, we'll go all the way to the bottom and tap Add Device. Now here it asks us to choose between a smart plug and a smart monitor, both of which are HomeKit compatible. We'll go ahead and choose our iHome smart plug. On our next page, it's giving us the recommendation to reset the device before trying to add it to our network. If you check out the description box below, you'll find a link to our video on how to do that. So now that the device has been found, we'll tap Continue. Here it's just asking if we would like the Wi-Fi plug to be, well, allowed onto the Wi-Fi network, which of course we want to do in order for it to work. Now this did take a bit longer than I expected, so let's go ahead and fast forward through this. And now that we have transferred all of our Wi-Fi settings over to the device itself, let's go ahead and scan the HomeKit code. And there we go. We'll wait for it to connect, and just like that, the device has been added to our network. Now right out of the gate, the iHome app does want you to kind of identify what type of accessory that you've got plugged into the smart plug. I opted to not do that just because I didn't think it was really necessary, since this does not affect anything for HomeKit, and I don't plan on using this app very often. Now we want to name the device. I didn't bother naming it here, well, because I didn't think it was necessary. Again, we're doing just kind of the initial setup. I can go back and change this later if I so desire. Now our next part is to choose which room the device is in. Now this part is important for us in HomeKit. And as you can see, all of our rooms are already populated. We can scroll down the list and we can see all of our different rooms. And also there at the bottom, we can add a room if we so desire. But I think for now, I'll go ahead and put the device in my studio until I decide what I want to do with it. And that's really about it for the setup. So let's go ahead and track down our device in my studio. So we'll go ahead and tap on the My Studio bar there, let's call it. And we can see that we can tap it and turn it on and off with the little green indicator there. Tapping the exclamation point to the right of the device brings us to our edit screen. And we have the basic information about the device telling us that it's connected to HomeKit. And if we tap on our power state history, we can see when the device was turned on and off, but there's no metering there. There's no indication of how long the device was turned on either. And tapping our back button, we can see that we can change the name of the device. We can see which home it's in. We can see which room it's in. We can edit it there as well. And if we scroll down a bit, we can see our firmware version, and we can also check for an update. Here we can see our firmware is up to date. And we can also add a rule, which is iHome Control Speak for Automations. Let's go ahead and see how that works. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. So when tapping on the add rules, we say, okay, control a plug. That seems easy enough. And then I decided, let's go for a schedule. Schedule didn't work. Tried to get censored, I'll save you the pain and the agony. It just didn't work. I tried every combination. I wasn't able to set up an automation with this plug in the iHome app. Now, it's not really a big deal. We can handle this in other apps, which is what we will do, but it is something to note, and there's probably a reason why iHome hasn't changed this, because they assume that most people are using it with different third-party apps. And we can also delete the accessory from that same page if we would like. Let's go check this thing out in the Home app. And welcome to my studio. Here we can see our outlet down there on the bottom right. We can turn it on, we can turn it off. We can long press on it, and we can turn it on, and we can turn it off. We can tap on the settings, and we can see that we can change the name. We can see if the outlet is in use. We can change the room. We can look at the type of outlet. Is it an outlet? Is it a light? Is it a fan? Those are the three options that Apple gives us. We can also choose if we want to include it in our favorites or not. I'm not really interested in that at the moment. We can also group this accessory with other accessories if we so desire. We have a link to the iHome app, and we can, as always, remove the accessory. So, throughout my testing, I did discover why this thing is so popular, and it's because of its agnosticism. It works with just about any smart home platform there is. If it's the Google stuff, if it's the Amazon stuff, if it's, our HomeKit stuff, if it's IFT, if it's Wink, if it's any of that, this thing will work, and we can be assured of it. It does exactly what it says it's going to do. It is a Wi-Fi based smart plug, and it stays on your Wi-Fi network. At least in my 2 years of testing, more or less, it never once disconnected from my Wi-Fi network, even in the event of a power outage. So I think it's a pretty solid product. If there's anything that I do have bad to say about it, is that the LED indicator is a bit bright. You can put a piece of tape over it, which, people don't really like to do that, although it's hidden, so who cares. What I ended up doing is just taking it out of the room and choosing a new smart plug, because there's a few of them back there couldn't help. But really, I think it's a good, solid smart plug. It's affordable, it's versatile. Every HomeKit home should have one. Well, that about wraps it up for this video. If you found the video useful and you're thinking about picking up one of these things, go ahead and use the Amazon affiliate link in the description box below. It helps out the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. You can also check us out on social media at My HomeKit Home, and our blog over at myhomekithome.com is always there for you to read up some more information on HomeKit news and reviews and just my thoughts on HomeKit in general. Well, that's all for today. Until next time, this has been Dustin, My HomeKit Home. Happy, happy, happy. Happy, happy, happy.